right, this next one's a 1-5-2 diminished 1 in D minor. Watch me for the changes and try to keep up.